Hello everyone and welcome to another Facebook Live. I can't believe we're here on Monday, and Easter Monday at that. So I hope everyone had a lovely day yesterday with their family. We had a very quiet one, which was nice. Easter is the way you want to celebrate it, whether it be with heaps of people or just a very quiet one, or as a lot of my family have done, have gone camping. So it's a great way to do it. So good afternoon and welcome. My name is Anita Mazziro and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria. Come on and say hello if you're watching, because I'd like to say hello back to you. I'm just going to go to my iPad because last time I was here I could not read the comments. So I'm hoping that my iPad will allow me to see comments if they come on. So please say hi if you're watching. Because, you know, it's nicer than talking to yourself. So today I've got a fun card to make, and I think over the weekend nearly everyone has done some sort of barbecuing, and I just received my barbecue master bundle and had to have a play with it. And this will make a great card for Father's Day, even though ours isn't until September. But, you know, nothing like being prepared. We get these things done in advance. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to flip the camera down and I'm going to talk about some things that are happening at the moment, and then we will get on to the card making. So just one moment. So as I said, if you're watching live, you'll see the red live button up the top. If not, you're watching the replay. And because Facebook don't keep the replays there for more than 30 days, I do transfer them to YouTube. So even if you're watching the replay, please let me know that you're here, because I will respond. I will let you know that I've seen it. So, yeah, please do so. Hello, Cherry. How are you? Got to have my iPad so I can see the comments, because that's what's working. I'm just moving it into place. So, yeah, because I can't see it on my computer for some unknown reason still. So, anyway, I found a way to get around it. It's working. So, as I said, oh, by the way, Cherry, I loved your card this morning. That was really, really nice. Great way of doing what you with the gears. Okay, April product of the month. It's a die. This is the first time we've had a die, and mine's on its way, and I can't wait to see what it's like. It is a beautiful eyelet die. We've got these beautiful flowers, and it's something that I think will be so much fun. When the product of the month started, I was a little bit unsure about it, as probably most of us were, but I have found out that they're great. So if you're putting in an order in a month and it's $125, for an extra $9 you can purchase this. So it's a great idea of getting something very exclusive, because we can only get just one of the products. So once you've ordered it, you can't order it again. That's a good idea, Cherry, showing the versatility. I love that stamp set. I've done a lot with it already. And, yeah, and I'm sure that there's endless possibilities. Okay, so that's that one. So for the month of April, don't forget to keep that in mind. And if you happen to be putting more than one order in and you haven't purchased any of the others, I do believe there's a couple of months still available. I didn't check it up, but yeah, just so you know, you can get a couple more but you must, it's for each order of $125. So you can't order $250 and get two of them. It has to be separate orders, and it goes by your each person. So once you've ordered it, it will not let you order it again. So even us demonstrators can only get one. So, and we can only get it when it comes available at the beginning of the month, just like everybody else. Okay, next step, paper pumpkin is out. So we've got, what are we today, the 6th, 4 days left for people to order. There's our paper pumpkin. So 4 days left to order at the moment, oh, not order, to put in your subscription. So you've got two ways to do it. You can pay as you go. Hello, Vicky. Welcome. I hope you had a lovely Easter. Yeah, so you can pay as you go, which is $48 a kit per month. And you receive your rewards for it. Shipping is included in that, so $3.90 is your reward. So a great idea. You get a kit. We do know it's called Lakeside Retreat for this month. So by the 10th of every month, you have to have your order in, and then they will process it, ship it out, and then you will get it. And then repeats the process. Because ours is just starting in Australia this time, we've only had from the 1st of April to the 10th. So, yeah, jump in. And a great idea of having kits. I like taking kits on trips. A great little thing to take on a plane, that everything's cut, everything's done for you. When you order a subscription, whether it's pay as you go or a prepaid one, you will receive a block only with your very first kit, because there is no block, so that block is to be used. So it's a surprise, it's a bundle, and you can get to make a lot. And 90% of the time, like this one called Lakeside Retreat that we've got for April, we've got Waterside, Lakeside, or is it Lakeside Retreat, in our catalogue. So there's some paper to match. So there's something that goes with it all the time. And by being a subscriber, you have access to past kits, add-ons and refills. And you get to belong to a paper pumpkin community. So there's a lot happening in that. So think about that. Let me know if you need any advice, and I will give you the best that I can. Because as I said, this is new to Australia. I believe we've been trying to get it for a number of years, and finally they have agreed that we can do it. Our catalogue. This launches on the 5th of May, and I'm getting these ready now for my customers. If you haven't got a demonstrator and you would like a catalogue from me, please drop me a message and I will get one out to you. So I'm getting them all ready at the moment. I will be having the In Colour Club, and I will be doing paper shares. So if you're interested even in those, drop me a line and I will send you through the information. I'm still getting it all typed up and everything else ready for everyone. So if you're interested, let me know and I will shoot you the information and you'll see what everything is. So that's it. That's the news for now. I'm going to bring this across. I've got lots of little pieces because the Barbecue Master, this is the bundle. So the stamp set has a great lot of stamps, and then you've got these beautiful dies, and you will see in the dies there are some standalone dies, like all these here, all this. They're not in that. This has Happy Father's Day in it, so if you want to use it as a Father's Day kit, you're welcome and you can. So that's, we can make it a thing. I'm making it a birthday card. So I've got lots of males having birthdays. You've got sauce bottle, you've got the flames. Like, let's face it, men and barbecues like to throw up some flames. You've got the Ziggy barbecue or kettle barbecue, whatever you like to call it, and then some great little sayings. So what we're going to do today is I have got all my little bits and pieces here. So I'll just move those because that's for stamping. So I've got our normal card, 21 centimetres by 14.9. I've scored it at 5.25 and 10.5. Just move that out of the way. So I'm going to get that, and where did my, there it is. I knew it was here. I had it this morning. So I'm just going to score that, and then I'm going to flip that back. So we're doing a Z fold. So when you look at it from the top, you can see the Z fold. So I've got basic grey for my base. Then I've gone and got some Cajun Craze. Oh, I say Calypso Coral. I have no idea. So I've got a piece here. I've got to get your little notes. This is 14.6 by 10.2. So 14.6, 10.2. So that's my large one. And then I've got two pieces here. They are 4.7 by 5 by 14.6. Oh, I've written the measurements down. I didn't write which piece was which, so don't do that. Got some Basic Beige. This is 14.3 by 9.9. And then I've got two pieces, 4.7 by 14.3. So they'll go on there. So I'll work with those a little bit later. Then I've used our textured notes labels, and I've cut one, and then I made another one, and then I've just cut it to size by adjusting the design, because I wanted the little bit of an edge. So if you can just see there that there's a bit of an edge on this so that it can be used to give it so each of those cards have got just a bit of texture. And I've only done that more for texture. I could have just cut it square. So if you're just going to cut, this is 7.5 by 11 and 6.6 by 10.4. So they're those. So they will all pop over to the side. So then we're going to do some stamping and die cutting. Now these little pieces are all for a hamburger. And don't ask me to say the McDonald's thing, because all 2 beef patties. Isn't that what they say? I can never remember it. So I'm going to use, got the barbecue there, and I'm going to stamp that in Cajun Craze. Got all my inks over here, so I was surprised how many inks I used for it because it was different. Hello, Glenda, and hello, Kay. I hope you both had a lovely Easter. I'm just going to stamp this with the Cajun Craze. There's a little mark up there. Just get rid of that. Ink again. That's better. It's gone. I'm just going to stamp that down. And I'll pop that on there. Now, I did prepare these earlier. Hello, Rochelle. How are you? I hope you had a great Easter too. So I did prepare these before just in case I make a boo-boo. Because you know what it's like. You're on camera and that's when you can make a big boo-boo. I'll just give this because it's... Take that ink off there. Pop that over there. So I've got my kettle barbecue there, so I'm going to leave that for a moment because I want that to dry because I'm going to do some things with it before I die cut it. So I'm now going to take some Darling Duckling. And I've got my fire here, because as I said earlier, men and fire. Oh, that's right, you're on school holidays. Oh, just the two of you, okay? Yeah, well, it was a bit like us here too. Everybody else is out camping, having a great time. Okay, so then I'm going to get some real red. I'm just going to use my dauber. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of colour. I don't want too much, just a bit at the bottom. Just give it a huff. And I'm going to stamp the flame. There we go, look at that. So, pop that over there. This way. Now I'm going a sauce bottle. My sauce bottle is here. Take that off for a moment so that you can see. So I'm going to do fountain sauce. You know, that's the Australian sauce, isn't it? Fountain sauce or Rosella. So we're going to do red. So I'll stamp that on there. Get rid of the colour. And the other thing I want to do, and I'll use this, is I'm going to take a pair of tongs. That did not clean very well. Pair of tongs, and let's see what I'm going to use, the flipper. I'm going to pop them on here, close that up, because knowing me, I will put my hand directly into the ink, and you don't want that to happen. I had enough fun and games with it earlier. So I'm going to get those two pieces on there, and I'm going to grab my basic grey and stamp these two. So I'll take those, pop that out of the way, because I'm not using those just at the moment. So I think we'll die cut these first, and then we'll do the next lot of die cutting. Put that over there. Pop those there, pop that out of the way. So I don't lose the little tiny pieces I've got, because I've put adhesive sheets on the back of it. Because when you've got little objects, little pieces, adhesive sheets make it easier. And if you want to know how I know, when I prepared the card, was playing with it yesterday, I had so much fun trying to glue them all together and it didn't work. Just get that little bit out of there. Okay. Pop that in there. Probably could have trimmed that up, but anyway. I'm still in camera, that's the main thing. So I'm going to pop that in there. Get that lined up. This is the fun part. Pop that on there, because knowing me, it will move. So I'm going to take the flame, pop that in there. Down a little bit. Got our little bottle of sauce. I was going to do the colouring before cutting it, didn't I? But that doesn't matter. Probably better that I do it after I've cut. At least then I know that it's going to be okay. So we're going to pop that. These tiny little pieces, I'm going to pop just to make sure they're straight. Another little piece of washi. I reckon I've got that much washi from when they had it out, but it's coming very handy for securing my bits and pieces. Right, take that through. I hope I don't wobble everything too much. There we go. So there's our barbecue. So it sounds like a few of you had a nice quiet Easter as well, which was a nice way to celebrate it. Sauce bottle. Take my little bits off. Because these pieces are small and I don't want to lose them. I already lost something last week. I swear I sneezed and it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. It was on my desk 1 minute and gone the next. And I have not found it at all. Right. Now I'm going to make up our little bun, little hamburger. So I've got a piece of crumb cake, and that is for my bread. So I'll put the 2 pieces there. And the beauty is they will fit nicely on the one piece. Then I've got a piece of espresso, and that's going to be for the meat patty. Pop that there. Then I've got some real red for the tomato. Pop that in there. See how well I go. Keep your fingers crossed, please, because I'm liable to do anything. I've got some yellow. I reckon I could do the cheese there in that piece. Yeah, it'll fit. I'm not worried if the bit over the top comes off, because that will get hidden. Got my cheese. And now my lettuce. Pop that there. And then I've got a piece of bubble bath. Now I'm going to get some berry burst, and I want this to look like a French, like a Spanish onion or a red onion. So I'm going to give you a little hint. This is what I did. So very carefully, not that side, did not want it to go that side. So I very carefully, I don't know if you can see it, I've got ink everywhere. Surprise, surprise. Let's grab a wipe because I'm going to use that as soon as it comes out. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool, so you can see I've just popped it there. Just give it a little bit of a press, and it's probably not going to pick up now because I've got the dropped the wrong way, but that's okay. I'll just, for the sake of craft, I will wear the consequences. Right, here we go. I'm going to place that there. Hopefully that works properly. We'll go through, cut all our bits and pieces. Grab that because I don't want ink. Get that ink off. All right. Let's get our bits and pieces. So I'm just going to get that ink off there. Now the reason, as I said, I wanted this to be a spring onion, a Spanish onion. Thank you, Rochelle. Hopefully it works. Did the other day. There, it'll work. It's worked the way I would like it. As you can see, it's got the stripes of the onion. So that, it's not 100% perfect because it's so damn small, but it will do the job. So if you're looking for something different, don't ever forget to pop your dye into your ink and to create a look. So I'll get rid of that. So I've got my little onion there. I've got a piece of cheese, piece of lettuce. Pop them all there. We're going to do some colouring. I can't leave it at that because, you know, it needs a little bit of a lifting up. So I've got my tomato. We don't think much about it when we make hamburgers and salad and that, just the amount of bits and pieces we put in it. But when I was doing this, it was like, oh, yes, there are a lot of pieces. And now the bread. There's one little piece in the dies. If anyone can tell me, is this little piece here? I have no idea what that piece is for. So if you know what that's for, you're doing better than me. I'll see someone use it and then I think, oh, now I know. So as you can see, I put the adhesive backing on the backs of all of those little pieces because they're very small, very tiny, and when I was putting ink on it, when I was putting the glue on yesterday, it didn't want to stay. It was determined to move and do everything that I didn't want it to do. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Right marker in the Real Red, and I'm just going to create the skin around the tomato to give it a bit of a, oops, it's hard to see. So you see, just got a hint of red underneath that so that you can see it. Okay, so I'll put that away. Now I'm going to take my bread and I'm going to take some crumb cake. Just take a bit of crumb cake and just add a little bit of colour to the top, you know, like. And then on the bottom of this, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of colour because buns are toasted, aren't they? Hello, Glenda, welcome. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but I like the effect. So I've just got a little bit of colour at the bottom because that's going to give that toasted bun effect. And it's worth it at the end. I think it is anyway. And then with my crumb cake, well, no, actually it wasn't crumb cake I was using, it was pecan pie. I'm just using my Stampin' Right marker because it's nice and, well, that's not very fine. Just take a blend. I just want a very fine touch. These are just the seeds from the bun. I'm just using where the little cracks in the, so as you can see, just on where the little cracks are, so you can see the toasted bun. I'll go over there. Then I've got some, with the green, just use, for our lettuce, just use a little bit of dark shaded spruce. And again, I've just gone at the bottom just to give, because lettuce has shades of green. And I've chosen to do this only because when I played with it the first time and I didn't have anything, I didn't have anything on it, I didn't feel it had depth. While I've got the green out, I want to make this into the fountain bottle sauce. So I'm just going to put a little green label on it. So this is just me. I'll put a bit on the lid as well. There's my bottle of sauce. And last but not least, I'm going to take my barbecue. So I've got some light basic black in my blends, and I'm just going to draw a line on the handle. Just a little bit on the handle. And I'm not worried that I haven't covered it all. It's just to create the effect of something different. Because let's face it, barbecues are not all one colour. I can clearly distinguish the legs from the... And then I'm going to go in the grill and I'm just going to colour the grill part of the barbecue. I could have left it stamped, but I just wanted to give it a bit more pizzazz. So I've got some smoky slate, light and dark. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colour into the inside of the lid. I'm just going to add around here and stopping to where the white would be showing on the inside. So I'm coming in here, bring that around, keeping a little bit of white, and then just blending those two colours together. And then I'm going to do the same. Put some dark down in here. And pop some dark. And again, just go over with the light. Not that end, I like the fine end. Just dragging the colour through to the top. That. And then that will dry. And there's a barbecue. Yes, it's fiddly, I know, Glenda, and I've done it, so once it's done, it looks great. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cardstock underneath my barbecue because I want to put the X-Acto knife out. And I'm just going to put, this is so that I don't scratch my glass mat. So I'm just going to cut where the handle is here. I'm just going to take a cut, just make sure I get it nice and even. Pop that to make sure I've got the cut. So you can see that I've got the cut just in there. Then we're going to go and take the cut and go round. I'm not worried if I've gone a little bit big. This is so I can put my flame in. So, what I aim to do is my flame is going to sit in here because, you know, the boys like flames on their barbecue. I'm going to take my tongs and we're just going to poke them in there. Let's put all these pieces back before I get myself lost. Pop that away because that is so sharp. I'm going to get some dimensionals. And I'm just going to use dimensionals to hold these pieces in place. But I also want to use this little flipper. I need to get him to sit. Let's have a look at the, pop a little dimensional on the corner. So I'm just going to place that there and grab a small dimensional. Just catching it so it will hold in place. So just for now, I'm just going to put some dimensionals. I'm just using some little ones to hold them in place. Now, you don't have to do this. I just felt I liked the just to give it a little bit more character. That's just me. So I might as well put the rest of the dimensionals here. So I'm just going to put one in the middle there. And I'm going to take a strip from here to put the legs, because I found that they wobble too much if you leave them loose. So I'm just going to take this, take the backing off, and pop that in place. Pop that in there, and then work out my other piece. Take that off. Pop that in place. And then I'm going to use some larger dimensionals just to secure the top. Case. Just going to get another little one for the back of the flipper. So there's that one done. Now, might carefully take these pieces, move them to one side. Now that we've done all the work, we can start assembling. So the fiddliest part was the die cutting and the little bit. So I'm just going to pop that out of the way, up there, and I'll pop that out of the way. That out of the way. Now I'm going to get my pieces of Basic Beige. And I'm going to put, I've got on the, whoops, I've got on the stamp here. I've got a glove, a baking glove, some tongs, got the fork, and I've got the flipper. So I'm just going to pop them around in place. And then I'm just going to get some Basic Beige ink. And it won't matter how we do this. So I'm just going to stamp, make sure I've got it well inked, and then I'm just going to place it. And because I'm doing it, goes out the way for now, I just might pop that up there. So turn it around, turn it upside down, have it looking different each time. Create a look. Pop one in there. Might take the glove, put half a glove there. So there's one strip. Look, I don't know about patience, Vicky, but it achieved what I wanted to achieve. But I think fiddly, sometimes when they've got lots of little pieces, we should use them and, you know, enjoy them as best we possibly can. I'm just going to, because the concept artists have made them with a reason behind them, and because they've done that, let's use them. Put the flipper in there, just a little bit there, and yep, that piece will be fine. And now I'm going to do my other piece. So again, we're just going to do stamping. Just pop it around. Get the effect. Making sure you turn your stamp. Create the look so that it's not the same each way. Now, I know I didn't quite get it there, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to leave that be. That'll be part of the realistic look. So I'll clean that and close this. Right. Now I'll get my pieces. So first of all, I'm going to get my Cajun Craze and my Basic Beige pieces and glue them together. Just pop the pieces nice and centre. This is a way, you know, like this didn't come with any designer series paper. So any of the embellishments, any of the stamps you could use. Thinking of it now, I could have thrown some sausages in there as well. You know, gave it a bit different look, but I've stamped it, so I'm not going to worry about it now. So it's up to your imagination what you do. I'd love to know who in the concept team just thinks of all these things with all the fine pieces in it. Okay. There's my pieces. So we'll pop that in. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Didn't want to do it, but it decided to run. Yuck. Anyway, pop that in place. We've just got a small margin all the way around. And that's the beauty of the liquid glue. It does allow the movement so you can move it in place. That. I'm just going to put a piece in here. Put that nicely in between. And my husband loves to, you might turn that one the other way. so they don't look exactly the same on each side. There we go. My husband loves to barbecue, and I don't think I can recall a time I cooked meat inside. Everything's done outside, which I don't mind. I'm just going to get my bone folder and go over this again. We've got some layers here. So there's the base of our card. Put it on that for a sec. So I've got our two pieces here, and this piece I plan to sit. That's a better looking one. I didn't quite impress on that one, so use that one on the inside. I'm going to go like so, and this is going to sit here, and our barbecue is going to come across here. So I'm going to look at roughly where the centre is, and I'm going to stamp. And I think I will. No, I'll stamp in the Cajun Craze. No, I'll go grey. I think. Indecisions. So I'm going to stamp to the Grill Master. Work out my centre roughly. And I should have had that on my mat, and I didn't. Can't turn it over to the other side, but anyway. And I'm going to glue that down. It's a little bit off, but I didn't cut a spare piece, so cut everything else out, all the little bits, just in case I needed it. But not thinking I might stamp wrong, but it's okay. It's going to add to the look of it. So again, I've just got the small border. And I'm going to glue this first. And the reason I'm going to glue this first, because that then allows for the... So I know roughly the glue has got to be on this side. Because we don't want to go over further, because if I do, it's going to glue the card. I'm going to pop that just like so. Put that in place. Now I've got all my dimensionals backings to come off. Oops, lost my weeder. Take all these off. Oh, come back here. That wanted to come off with the... That's got it. Didn't want that to happen. That, and one more to go. Take that. Take that, and where the opening of that is, I'm going to sit. So there we go, see? Look at that. Now, I'm going to take this piece, and actually what I want is I'm going to take some smoky slate, because I do want to add, and I should have done that before I sat it down, so I'll just do it this way. I do want to just add a touch of splatters. So we'll do the splatters on this one, because do that this way. There we go, done. Just a little bit, not a lot, just a bit there. So I'm going to take this, leave that piece because I want to work with that. But I might as well put this piece on straight away. Okay, so I can get this exactly right. Got the glue on. I'm going to place that where I'm with it. And while I've got it in my hands, I'm going to close the card. Easiest way to make sure that you are nicely got it covered. So that's there. So now we're going to put our hamburger together. So I'm going to start off with the bottom of the bun. Now I could have left these off and I'm just going to pop that like so. So by having the little bit of colouring at the bottom, it gives it a bit of an effect. So then we're going to pop the lettuce on. Just going to pop lettuce just above, but I want it hanging on, just on the barbecue, onto the bone. Oh, get the right words. Then we're going to put the meat patty. I'll take that. That's going to sit just above the lettuce. I haven't pressed down until I'm absolutely happy with it. So I've got that there. Then I'm going to put my cheese. No, actually for the cheese, I'm going to do it a little different than I did before. I'm going to pop my tomato. I'm going to sit my tomato just like so. My onion. I'm going to pop the onion just like that. And then the cheese is going to go like that, where you can see it sitting through. So it is an advantage having a bit than trying to manhandle glue and making it fit. So just sit that. Look at that. Here we go. And then the top piece of the bun. Let's get that to hold it so that it'll go for where I want it. So line it up. So there's our bun with its textures. And I did not put any, here I was trying to peel some white off the back of this. A little bit of glue on the back of the sauce bottle, and we'll just set the sauce bottle next to it. Get rid of all my little bits and pieces. So when you see the barbecue, the hamburger there I've just stuck it together. Here I've added the texture. So if I bring them up a bit closer, I didn't realise I was so far away, ladies. So if I bring them a little bit closer, you can see the texture. It looks so much better than not having a little bit of just some sort of colouring in there. So that'll be fine. So I'm going to now, put that away for a sec. In the basic grey, I will stamp the words Happy Birthday. Going to get this so that it'll work really well. Stamp the word Happy Birthday and pop that in place. And I'll just put a dirty, dirty big mark. Well, that was not very good. So I'm going to try and carefully lift this. That was really smart, Anita, because that is not going to be easy to cover. So let me see if I can get these pieces off, seeing I've only just put them on. Well, I went this far without anything going wrong. Thanks, Vicky. I'm just going to pop that aside. Just very carefully lift these. Try and take it. Well, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong, isn't it? Just trying to find my snips, which are not very well. Oh, there they are, right next to me. Might as well leave it on the white. I'm just going to, so it stays together. Because I'll be able to pop a bit of glue on the back of that. Just take that. That's holding it nicely together. Phew. So what I'll do is I'll get my trimmer and I will just cut. Just close that up before I do something stupid. So the inside will just have to be plain. And I had a piece of white. No, I had. Put it under there. No. Oh, there it is on the floor. Of course I would throw it on the floor, wouldn't I? So 10.4. Just gonna 10.4 by 6.6. I'll just make this one plain. See, I'm doing it very quickly at the last minute. So take this. Yeah, you're going to do it. Do it properly. Right. Take two, putting it together. Be a little bit quicker. Yeah, that's what I've basically done. I've just cut underneath it. So pop the sauce bottle. Now put too much glue on. That's not very good. And now I've got this on the back and put my burger. So we don't have to build it again. Because why should we? And I'll get the grey. Well, oh well. I haven't got... There's my happy birthday. Good idea, Vicky. Stamp first, then put the pieces on. Put that on the front, didn't I? All right. Now I'm just going to pop glue. And I know I haven't got my little edge on it, but I know who this is going to, so that'll be fine. So pop that there. And now I'll get some dots. So these are the natural matte dots. And I'm going to take the crumb cake ones. Just let me have a look. Oh, I think I might use the old olive. So I might put one in there. And one down there. And one up there. And there is our card. So easy, fixed. So envelope. We've got to do an envelope, don't we? We can't leave the card without an envelope. Because it's an awkward one, being its shape and size, I'm thinking what I might do is just open the flap and thank you, Glenda. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yes, I know. Stamp first. Lesson learnt. So I'm going to do this in crumb cake. And I'm just going to take my stamp. Cannot go without doing something on our card, on our envelope. And I might put this glove. And then I might just put a little bit coming off there. And we're finished. How about that? You wouldn't attempt it, Cherry. Look, it's a really, it wasn't that hard putting together. Yes, there's a lot of pieces, but yeah. I don't know if you're going to stuff it up. Do it on air. Why not? See, I could draw around that to give it a bit of a border, but that's okay. So there's our beautiful little Aussie burger, all sitting there nice and ready. Just see if that'll move down a bit. There we go. It's just sticking up a bit. There we go. So as again, there's the card. So it's a nice little Z fold. The one I made earlier was just on real red, but I felt it was too much real red. And then I did have another go at another one, just using some of the Cute as a Bug designer series paper. Sorry, I've got that up a bit high. So I've got some designer series paper and I've got some snags on there, and I haven't done the inside of that one. So, but there's some cards showing what can be done with this particular set. So I'm really happy with the one I've done today. And as I said, for the men in your life, especially if they love barbecuing, it's perfect. And I thought this set lended itself really well to this weekend because people are out camping and having a good time barbecuing and everything else. So there we go. There's our card for today. So thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next Monday. Hopefully be able to bring you something new. Thank you everybody, and I appreciate all your comments. Thanks very much. Bye for now.